Good day, everyone. Ali is here from Sophie Financial Network. Today is August 19, 2023. Here is another weekly edition for our channel, for our subscribers. Okay, so S&P 500 weekly chart. And as you see here, we had another downtick last week. And based on the weekly chart, we should see there should be a bounce for the next 2-3 weeks. But I just want to mention this bounce could be just a sell opportunity within the market, just because, as you see here, stochastic just got off from overbought condition, and this means this bear reversal is intact, and the stochastic is just heading down to oversold condition, which is gonna take a couple weeks, and this couple weeks can take to 5 to 6 weeks. So I don't mean the next 5 to 6 weeks market will have all the way down to some certain levels. I just want to say momentum wise, we are in a bear momentum, and any rally could be a bounce and could be a sell opportunity until we get some certain level, and a stochastic momentum or momentum indicator shows that we are pretty oversold and the market is ready for a next move to the upside. But at the same time, we just want to mention that we are just getting into this small fake demand area. So market just reacted very well, exactly the place that I just mentioned in daily analysis, which is going to be 43.27 to 43.77. So that was the area that I was looking for a market bounce. And fair enough, I will cover this in daily analysis. This bounce just happened yesterday on Friday, and we should see just follow through probably next week for kind of like a relief rally to the upside. I will talk about some certain levels in daily chart, but right now I'm just looking for kind of like a hiccup and then some kind of like a bearish consolidation, probably next 2-3 weeks, and then next sell-off is coming down the road, probably in September, October. We can see the market bottom at this period. But right now, I just want to mention again, a market is in a dangerous zone. Still, it is in dangerous zone, and for the short term, we can see a bounce, but this bounce could be a sell opportunity. Moving on to daily chart. Okay, so here's the daily chart, and as you see here, all indicators, I just want to mention here, all our indicators showing very oversold condition. So whenever we get to this line, especially RSI, IMI, stochastic, all of them are stretched deeply into oversold condition. Look at this RSI. So RSI levels, this is a blue line. I don't know if you can see that, but I can make a ticker. You can see that as well. So whenever we get to a daily level, to this RSI level on the daily chart, we have a bounce in a market, or we can just initiate another. So here is the first time we got into this blue line almost 35%, and we got into oversold condition, and market just rallied to the new all-time high. Here's another scenario, which kind of like a stretch to the downside. That was during the bear market last year, but we had a nice rally to the upside. And you can just see another scenarios here. And also in October low, we got a stretch into oversold condition, even getting below that. But in March time period, which we nailed it as like a market bottom, RSI just got into this 35%, and right now again we are coming back there. So historically, whenever we got back here, we are due for bounce, and this bounce just, I think, happened, just initiated on Friday. And if we go just to zoom in here, so we can see a nice doji bar, dragonfly doji, kind of like a dragonfly doji, happening exactly at the level that I just mentioned, 43.27 to 43.77. So that candle is initiated the rally, back test again to this candle, initiate the final move to the upside. So right now market is coming back to that important level. And this candle is very, very important. This is kind of like I can call institutional level, and this institutional level give a market a bounce or a hiccup for the next selling opportunity. So what do we need to expect for the market? So here is the ending diagonal, which I thought that bounce is going to happen here, and then we get back to the bear momentum. Obviously, it didn't work out, but this ending diagonal put pressure in lots of traders, investors, especially on Wednesday and Thursday, because it ripped to the downside. So probably we will see a bounce coming up for the next week, all the way up to 4,425. That's going to be the best level if we see the bounces happening all the way up to 48.85. So that would be a perfect scenario for our A, B, C corrective move to the downside. And then we can see another whenever we see a reversal here, we can see, okay, this H pattern is going to form. Probably we're going to engulf this candle to the downside, and we are heading to the next demand area, or kind of like an important level for the market overall, because in monthly analysis, I will cover that. Why 4,200 is very, very important for S&P 500. Whenever we get below this on weekly basis, we should say bull market is over and we are getting back to the bear market. But I'm not going to talk about this in detail right now. I just want to mention this pattern can form out pretty nicely for the next few weeks. I should say for the 5 to 6 weeks down the road, especially for the September-October timeframe, we should see kind of like an important multi-month low in S&P 500 and also other indexes as well. So we will cover that one, but we will see how it goes. Just be careful in this rally. Don't get into the FOMO or something like that. I know we are pretty oversold and we are due for bounce. So the next level for bounce could be 44.25 to 44.85. And then we can just see the setup. If setup is forming, then we can get back to the short position. That's what I'm doing with my subscribers as well. So we'll see how it goes. Next one, moving on to the Nasdaq. Nasdaq weekly chart. So this is the level that we mentioned last week or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember, but this is the line that I was expecting. Market is coming back down and whole lot of support here. Fair enough, on Friday, we see a bounce exactly happening. If you see this candle on Thursday, it was all red here, but on Friday, it's just going down and then coming back up nicely. So hold up this level, which is going to be 14,679. So that is the level that I'm looking for a bounce. And the same scenario again. So if you just look at the Nasdaq, we can see kind of like a sharp move to the upside, because next week, don't forget, we will have Nvidia earning, and Nvidia alone can move the market to the higher price and lower price, because that's very important stock. And I think Nvidia will have not a bad earning, kind of like a neutral market. Is looking for excuse or reason to have a bounce, to have a solid bounce. And also next week, which is going to be Jackson Hole Symposium. And Jay Powell probably will hold the market. He's not going to smash the market very, very sharply. He's going to hold the market, but he's going to just say neutral statements as usual. And he's going to just keep all strategies on the table. So we will see how it goes, but market, it depends on the market sentiment and reading. So probably market read this as like a bullish momentum. So we can see next 2 weeks, I should say, market will have just a small narrow bounce to the upside. And the bounce for Nasdaq is going to be 15,000, 15,200, and 15,400. So these are the levels that I just want to educate and learn from the market for the next 2 weeks to see how Nasdaq is going to retrace back up. And then if we see a strong reversal on a daily basis, we should see rallies over and we are just getting back to the bear momentum, and potentially this H pattern is going to form here, and then we are heading back down to lower low. So for Nasdaq, I've got this important level, which is going to be 13,400. So 13,400 is very, very important level for me for Nasdaq. If it got back below this and holding below this level, that's going to be very, very important because um, I should say we are just getting back to the bearish momentum. But if we just hold this area and see a reversal is coming down the road, then we should see, okay, probably it's going to be a good opportunity for long position, at least for 2-3 months. We should see this as like a multi-months bottoming formation. So we are going to just learn ourselves and educate ourselves based on the next move for the market. Moving on to, oh, sorry, I didn't cover daily chart. So moving on to the daily chart. Here is the daily chart. Nicely, Nasdaq reacting to this. Let me just zoom in here. All right, so nicely reacting to this, I should say, fake demand area. This is kind of like a deeper level that I was expecting. Probably that's going to be a good scenario to see a stretch down all the way to here and then bounce. But seems like there was enough buyers here in this breakout level, which is going to be 13,600. And we had a dragonfly doji nicely. So probably Nasdaq, for the minimum situation, we can see Nasdaq is heading back up to 14,993, let's say 1500, 15,000. 15,000 is going to be important level for Nasdaq. And if we just get above this, so we can go all the way up to 15,400, 15,400 is enough. And then we can see another reversal happening. Again, that's not forecasting. That's the probability that I'm looking for a next short position. So we will see how it goes to the market. But this is very, very over sold condition, as you see here. MACD, stochastic, very, very oversold, and we're due for a corrective move to the upside. Moving on to US 30, which is Dow Jones, my favorite. So last week we had engulfing, pretty sharp engulfing to the downside. And right now we are just got back here into this demand area. So this demand area is multi-weeks consolidation, and definitely we should see a bounce. And this bounce can happen all the way up to 34,937, which is let's say 35,000. So 35,000 is gonna be the level for decisive moment for Dow Jones. If it continues all the way to here, which I don't think so, because we have got a nice supply area here. So probably Dow will stretch up all the way up to here to 34,900 or 35,000. And then we can see another next move to the downside for the Dow Jones. I'm not expecting Dow is getting into the ugly momentum. It can just stretch down here to 33,700 or 33,500. So we will see how it goes. But Dow is in a better shape compared to the other stock indexes. Moving on to daily chart. So here is the daily chart. We got into this 69.78% Fibonacci from this low to this high. We got oversold condition, pretty oversold condition in Dow for MACD and stochastic is getting ready for bull reversal. So this bull reversal can go all the way up to this wide range bar. If you just look at it, let me just finish this. If you just zoom into the chart, this bull candle, you see that this green bar engulfed with a red bar. So there is a breakout level here, exactly here. And if you want to just point two levels, which I always do, you can go all the way down to for some conservative traders that they want to just take a profit. So I would say this level, which is 34,900 to 35,063, that is the area for the Dow Jones for the next move to the upside. And this move can be completed by end of August, and then we can see how market is going to react to this level. Moving on to gold. Let me just pull out the chart for gold. Here is the weekly chart for gold, and as you see here, we had ABC corrective move to the downside. Still, I'm just looking for kind of like a more deeper corrective move to here, probably 1860. That's gonna be the level. So this wide range bar shouldn't be engulfed if you're bullish with gold, which I am bullish on gold. And I think this ABC down could be a nice corrective move within this rally to the upside, because lots of people are kind of like a trend follower and they said, okay, this trend has been broken. Well, you can make a case, but this is not the reality. The reality is we don't get any candle below this pivotal point. And as long as we are above this pivotal point, we are into a bull market for gold, at least for short term. So here is the low, here's the high, here's the lower, higher low, here's the higher high. And right now we are just forming another higher low. So that is very, very important. And I think this higher low can end into 1860. That's going to be the maximum stretch to the downside. Right now, we are just seeing a small divergence in a stochastic when we get a lower low in price, but higher low in a stochastic, and also in MACD as well. So we are just nicely getting the upward sloping for the MACD while price is coming down. So that is very, very important to see. But right now, I'm just looking for, to be honest, a corrective move, or I should say a sharp reversal to the upside. And when that sharp reversal happening, we should see gold has been bottom. But I think we are pretty close based on my cycle. We are pretty close for a next rally for a gold market. We just need to see a reversal happening. When we see a reversal happening, that would be kind of like very, very interesting to see if gold can take out this high and getting into new all-time high, which I'm expecting. To be honest, this fall, which is going to be in November, December, can happen for the market, and this one can go to new all-time high. We'll see how it goes. Moving on to the daily chart for gold. So this daily chart, as you see here, we just got below this, but very, very narrow, sloppy, and choppy. So we got into this white range bar. This is very, very important. We got into this white range bar and hold on for now. So I know lots of sellers just took control in this very, very sharp bearish momentum to the downside. But as you see here, whenever we get this bearish momentum to the downside, any reversal can stretch out or short squeeze all the shorts, and we can just get back to the upside. So we need to see buyers coming back here. So here is another breakout level, which fantastically gapped up and this candle. So that's why I'm just looking for 1860, to be honest, because this flag limit in a daily chart shows me a very, very nice reversal point, especially when we engulf this supply area. And this flag limit is here, exactly right there. So it's going to be 1867 to, let's say, 1872. So this flag limit can initiate the next bottoming formation and rally to the upside if it wants to go more deeper down from here, because right now we are just seeing lots of doji bars, lots of weakness, even in a bearish momentum, because you see the shadows. So whenever these shadows are coming, especially at the bottom of the trend, this means bulls are gonna take control, and bulls are just getting more aggressive for a buying position. I know lots of sellers took control afterwards, but bull are getting more aggressive for buying this because we are just getting into a nice level as well. So this is based on the price action. Moving on to crude, which is gonna be the last chart for this video. I'm gonna just keep it short. Probably I will cover individual stocks in another video. So here is the crude daily chart. Crude just got into very, very oversold condition here again. So this is a perfect example of what we are calling as like a bullish momentum. I know lots of people are talking about this trend line has been broken, and right now we are getting back to the bearish trend line, or kind of like a sell-off or crash or something like that. Folks, this is not the case, because if you are a trend follower, this is going to be a very, very steep, very, very short spike to the upside, which is not ideal for trend follower even. But at the same time, if you just see the low and high for the market, especially for crude, so this is going to be a low, this is going to be the high or higher high, this is going to be a lower high, and this is going to be higher high. So right now we are just forming another higher low, and this can happen within here or here or here. It doesn't mean that if it goes below this trend, the trend has been broken, because we are not below this pivotal point. As long as we are above this pivotal point, previous pivot initiate this rally, we are in a bullish momentum. So just take it as like a educational session here, and we had nice reversal to the upside. So this can initiate another rally if we take out this pivotal point, which I believe it's gonna happen soon. We just get back to this $90 crude, which is going to be a decisive moment for crude because lots of sellers to control here based on the price action. And also, if you just zoom back, just want to zoom back here, this is not a good trend line because it doesn't have any symmetry at all. But at the same time, price will react to this, even just a small pause or something. So we are just, if you just connect this pivot, these two pivots together, stretch it out, you're just getting close to this important horizontal level as well. So I'm just looking at this horizontal level as like a breakout level. Let me just show you here. So here is the pivot, here is the pivot, here's the back test, broken to the downside, and crude cannot get above this. So when we get to here around $90 to $91, we are just getting close to this important pivotal point or important area. So this is very, very important level for crude. So the next move is coming, but the important level is going to be 91 to 93, let's say, for crude. And that is going to be a decisive moment for crude to see if it can just engulf to the upside. If it goes above this on a daily basis, ideal or weekly basis, we can go back above $100 per barrel for crude very, very shortly. But if it just let go and consolidation and then sharp reversal to the downside, I should say that's going to be the end for this rally, at least for the time being. So we will see how it goes. I will cover some individual names next videos for sure. So make sure watch them as well. One of them is going to be Alibaba. One of them is going to be NVIDIA as well. So just keep follow our channel. We will have more individual videos for individual stocks. Okay, I hope you like this video. If you like this video, smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. Have a good weekend. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.